guys, I'm out here in my outdoor science lab today because today's project is a little bit messy. So if you try this out at home, I would encourage you to go out on your back patio or maybe a front sidewalk so that you don't make a big mess inside. Today we're going to be talking about how things fall on a pH scale. A pH scale tells us how basic or how acidic something is. You'll recognize some of these items. For example, lemon juice falls at a 2. That means it is acidic. So when something's acidic, it has more hydrogen atoms. Atoms are teeny tiny particles that make up the things around us in our world. Something that's more basic has more hydroxide atoms. That's things like bleach. Bleach is very basic, but also things like Tums, which have calcium in them. Calcium is basic. The true neutral is water. Water is not acidic and it's not basic. It's right in the middle. Have you ever eaten something like a bunch of sour candy that might have citric acid like you'd find in lemon juice? Or maybe you ate too much chili that has a lot of tomatoes in it? Those things can give you that feeling of acid indigestion. It might make your tummy feel kind of burny. So what you would take would be something like Tums. When we mix an acid with a base, they can come together and neutralize. So you go back to normal. I think this is super interesting. Gastric acid, way over here at 1, the most acidic, is a 1 on our pH scale, just like battery acid, the stuff you find in batteries. Those two things are the same. That will break down the food that you eat. So, today's project, we are going to mix two things from our pH scale. I'll put it back out here for a sec. We are going to be mixing vinegar, which is between a 2 and a 3. That's pretty acidic, with baking soda. That's a 9 on our scale, so that's on the basic side. All you'll need, and you can do this at home safely, let your parents know first before you use their stuff, but all you'll need is baking soda. Most of you probably have this at home, and vinegar. You probably have this too. I'm going to use 2 different containers today so we can kind of see the reaction in a couple different size containers. I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of baking soda in my container. And you want to put the baking soda in first. That's going to be important. Now on this one, I'm going to add a little bit of food coloring because I think that could be pretty fun. All right. I'm going to move this out of the way because we are going to get a chemical reaction here as the hydroxide and hydrogen atoms start switching places. It's going to release some carbon dioxide. That's going to be something you'd find in the air. And we're probably going to see something cool here. Let's check it out. Ready? Man. Whoa! Look at all those bubbles. And like I said, that's carbon dioxide being released. Let's try one with the food coloring. Oh, wow! I'm not sure if you guys could really tell, but based on the size container you're using, you're going to get slightly different kind of forms to the way it bubbles out. You can use this project to create a model of a volcano by putting a jar with baking soda inside, building a volcano around it, and pouring vinegar in. I did that for a science fair one year. Or you can just try it out in a jar at home. I hope you experiment with it I hope you have fun. I'll see you guys later.